Everyone but your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs. Don't get distracted because you've come too far.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
I don't know, but there's all kinds of cars in this park. You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, just don't park in them. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Don't park him. Yeah, that's how they get. No, you can't park him. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad big bro, and he got a sticker inside. This ain't this mud though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
An emotional gathering. The families of Sunday's fatal crash victims meet the Prime Minister and his cabinet. Roadwork improvements are being accelerated in the wake of this tragedy, and a fine from IRCA for BPL. Those stories, today's other news, this late night Tuesday, June 30th, 2026.
Bahamas Tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
Hello and welcome. 2 days after that tragic multiple traffic fatality on Shirley Street that took the lives of 4 young teenagers, grieving family members of the victims met today with Prime Minister and members of the cabinet at the office of the Prime Minister in Cable Beach. Altavis Munnings in studio with us this late night with more on how the Prime Minister plans to help these families, most of who are also from his Kit Island constituency.
And good evening to you. During the meeting, our news team was informed that the Prime Minister offered his condolences to the families and assured them that the government stands ready to provide support during this difficult time. He also recommended that grief counseling be made available to impacted Cat Island residents as the entire community continues to grapple with this devastating loss. Additionally, the government has offered financial assistance to help the families meet the costs associated with laying their loved ones to rest. Now, the meeting took place just before the weekly cabinet session, where several cabinet ministers also extended their sympathies to the 7 or 8 family members in attendance at the office of the Prime Minister this morning. Meanwhile, the people of Cat Island are rallying around the bereaved families in a show of unity and support. The tragedy has been described as a profound loss for the entire Cat Island community. Many say the young lives held tremendous promise and were poised to make a lasting contribution to their island, making their deaths an even greater heartbreak for those left behind. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you.
And to pick up where Altaviz left off, the victims of this tragedy are starting to be remembered by those who knew them and who are feeling this loss most. A memorial was erected at the crash site today, and even though it marks the place of a painful memory, loved ones are choosing instead to remember these young women for the joy and happiness their lives meant. The heartache left behind continues to deepen for the families, friends, and community still struggling with this devastating loss. On Tuesday, some of those mourning the victims gathered at the crash site to create a makeshift memorial. Among those paying their respects were Felicia Thurston Roll and Mandy Major, who say the memorial is a small but meaningful way to honor the girls and ensure their memories live on.
I mean, this is so sad for all of us, and so young, so promising, and to be taken so tragically.
Beautiful souls. I had the privilege to meet all 2 of them, Diamond and Sania. Actually, Sania is my godchild. They're beautiful, beautiful angels. They're angels.
The loss, says Thurston Roll, is especially felt profoundly in the quaint community of Cat Island, where several of the victims live.
No one is doing well at this point. No one. The children are heartbroken. Right now in Cat Island, Director's Store is having a band session where the kids are receiving counseling and, you know, just being there for one another. So right now Cat Island is just in a sad mood.
A vigil is expected to take place on Cat Island on Wednesday. Sunday's crash killed 17-year-old Diamond Stubbs, 18-year-old Badrika Brown, Stania Webb, also 18, and 19-year-old Evelina Johnson. 4 other people, including Thurston Roll's nephew, were also injured in that deadly collision.
We just continue to ask for prayers for all of the families and all of those that are, you know, recuperating in hospital. We're praying for them that God would give them full recovery.
Freetown Member of Parliament Lincoln Deal also visiting the site where this incident occurred. A portion of Shirley Street where the incident occurred is in his constituency.
We lost young women who were educated, striving, looking to do something significant in their lives, and so it is heartbreaking to see what happened. And once again, my prayers are with the families, and I'm hoping that moving forward we talk more about road safety. We talk about putting measures and precautions in place to ensure that our young people and our new drivers understand the importance of safe driving.
Meantime, we now know the identity of the 4th victim in Sunday's traffic collision. Police confirming that she is 19-year-old female relative reported missing on Monday. According to the cousin, Evelina Johnson had not been seen nor heard from since Sunday. She was last spotted in the Adelaide Village area. A missing persons flyer was subsequently issued seeking the public's assistance in locating her. Well, sadly, Johnson was positively identified by family members this morning as one of the victims of the Shirley and Church Streets crash. Meantime, the Ministry of Works is moving ahead with a major road repair initiative aimed at tackling the growing number of potholes across New Providence. Among the areas to receive attention, the stretch of road where Sunday's traffic accident claimed 4 lives. Work crews completing repairs there today. Minister of Works, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, stressing, though, that the timing of the repairs should not be misconstrued. He's urging the public not to speculate about the cause of the crash or draw a connection between the roadworks and the tragedy, while reminding Bahamians to remain respectful of the families.
You have families that are mourning, 5 young ladies that have passed away with their life out of them. I don't think it's fair to me, to them, to anyone who has a child to try to tailor this tragedy to speak on who's to blame, what's to blame, because the reality is nobody who's lost someone cares about how it happened. They're concerned that the one they love isn't there anymore.
Minister Sweeting says outside of Shirley Street, there exists more than 1,000 miles of roads across New Providence with a much-needed change in the pipeline to expedite road work.
Have entered into a PPP in New Providence along with Bahamas, and we've also contracted numerous small contractors. I think up to 12 have been paving from January to now throughout New Providence. Within 6 months, you'll see a new way of road patching that will allow us to patch 100 potholes within a day instead of 5 to 10, how we're currently doing it.
Well, 4 traffic mishaps, 7 fatalities, 3 days. Police returning to what in recent days has become an all-too-familiar scene following reports of another traffic collision here in the capital after 6 this morning. According to ASP Lakeisha Sawyer, here's what initial investigations have revealed.
A black Jeep driven by a female was traveling east, and a blue Suzuki Swift driven by a male was traveling west on Coral Harbor Road when the collision occurred. After the collision, the vehicle would have spun, causing the male to be ejected from the vehicle. EMS responded and did a preliminary examination of the body and pronounced the victim lifeless. At this time, based on our investigations, extensive damages to the vehicle would have shown that speed was, in fact, a factor in this accident.
Now, as for the female driver, she was taken to hospital. This latest incident coming with a renewed appeal for motorists to exercise due care and attention.
We are doing numerous road checks on the road. We wish to advise you to stay within the speed limit and be cautious of being on your phone whilst driving.
More news here from police tonight. They're investigating an alleged kidnapping involving a 29-year-old woman who officers say was abducted by her former boyfriend on Monday before escaping with the help of a concerned citizen. While the investigation continues, advocates say the case highlights a troubling reality. The period after a relationship ends can be one of the most dangerous for victims of intimate partner violence. Leah Cooper tonight with more.
Police say what began as an attempt to exchange information from an old cell phone quickly turned into a terrifying ordeal. According to investigators, the woman ended her relationship with the suspect in May. On Monday, police say she agreed to meet him at a shopping plaza on Carmichael Road. Officers allege the man forced his way into her vehicle, drove off with her inside, and assaulted her before managed to escape after a concerned citizen distracted the suspect. Police later arrested the 29-year-old man, who remains in custody as investigators continue their inquiries.
The period after breakup or separation can be a particularly vulnerable time, especially in relationships where there has been a pattern of control, coercion, or abuse. Even in healthy relationships, endings can trigger strong emotional reactions because of the attachment and investment involved.
Women United founder Podesta Moore sends this message to those that may be in similar situations.
Having a past relationship with somebody doesn't automatically give you consent to them whenever you feel like you should have consent. You know, you still have to ask permission every time. If somebody decides that they want to just give it and give it, then it's up to them. But you don't automatically have the right to any individual because you had a past relationship with that individual.
Advocates encourage anyone who feels unsafe after ending a relationship to avoid meeting an ex-partner alone. Choose public or secure locations when exchanges are unavoidable. Let someone know where they're going and contact police if they believe they're in immediate danger. Moore commends the woman for having the courage to report this incident.
I want to say, you know, congratulations to this young woman or any women who, ring the bell and sound the alarm when things like this happen. Because sometimes you could feel like, oh, it's my fault, I'm at blame for what happened. But the courage it takes for you to come forward and report that and even try to fight it off, I think it's commendable. And so we want to say thank you so very much for doing that. It encourages other women.
As this investigation continues, experts hope the case serves as a reminder that leaving a relationship should also include planning for personal safety. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Thank you, Leah. On the other side of the break, IRCA hits BPL with a huge fine. We'll explain that and more coming up. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. I hope you'll stay with us.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Big sandwich. I really like the honey mustard sauce. And then like the crispy bacon on it as well.
Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. I love the spice. I love the crunch.
I love the original sandwich, but just that simple addition of bacon was like over the top.
The chicken is really good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I rate this a 10 out of 10. I'd eat this again.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
As we continue here, this late night, the jobless rate remains unchanged, coming in at 8.8% in the third quarter and 8.7% in the fourth quarter. Employment, however, increased by 3,450, increasing that number to more than 226,000 by the end of last year. The latest stats from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute Labor Force Survey, which largely attributes the labor force's expansion to an increase in female participation, while the number of discouraged workers declined. BNSI officials report the strongest job growth was recorded among craft and trades workers, plant and machine operators, and in the community, social and personal services sector. Bahamas Power and Light Company officials will have to cough up over $29,000 after being fined by the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, or IRCA, for failing to report major electricity outages within the time frame required under its operating license. IRCA confirms BPL breached its reporting obligations following a series of outages in Abaco and the Abaco Keys between November and December of last year, as well as on Crooked Island last October. Penalty enforcement and collection have been suspended for 12 months, giving BPL an opportunity to demonstrate compliance with its reporting requirements. IRCA says its decision underscores the importance of timely outage reporting to protect consumers and monitor the reliability of the country's electricity supply. Well, BPL has responded and has reviewed and strengthened its internal reporting procedures, increased management oversight, consistency, accuracy, and timelessness of regulatory submissions. BPL has also requested that IRCA convene a joint reporting workshop involving all electricity providers operating regulated by IRCA. More than 700 unregulated structures constructed in mostly shanty towns have for the year been demolished by the Bahamian government as part of its ongoing zero-tolerance campaign against unregulated shanty towns. Those efforts, guided by the Unregulated Communities Action Task Force, span across several islands, including right here in New Providence, Abaco, Eleuthera, and other family islands. Works Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, says those efforts continue.
2 weeks, you'll see some demolition, and then notices will be served on Andros and Abaco. Andros and Eleuthera. Notices have been served in the capital. During the month of July, we'll be serving notices in some family islands. They are tailored to go to Eleuthera and Andros in the month of July to serve notices, because we have the 30-day notice before, and after that, you can demo. So we've served in New Providence some up to 8 months prior to now. I think it might be 3 shanty towns that we've served on already.
From Parliament, this late night Minister of State for Immigration, as well as Golden Isles MP, the Honourable Darren Pickstock, revealing that since the speech from the throne was delivered a month ago, the Immigration Department has already begun consultation on 3 major policy initiatives. Among them, he says, introducing daily overstay fines for persons who unlawfully remain in the country beyond their authorized time of stay, while strengthening enforcement of re-entry bans.
The department will establish a national biometric immigration system featuring overstay alerts, biometric e-gates, and enhanced fraud detection capabilities. This initiative will bring the Bahamas in line with international best practices while improving border security and efficiency. Thirdly, Madam Speaker, the department will establish an immigration fraud intelligence unit dedicated to investigating and prosecuting immigration fraud. This specialized unit will help safeguard the integrity of our immigration system and ensure that those who seek to circumvent our laws are held accountable.
State Minister Pickstock also revealing that due to immigration's zero-tolerance approach, more than 350 individuals have been deported and over 285 persons prosecuted for immigration-related offenses. Junkanoo is the sound of goatskin drums, the flash of colorful costumes, and the excitement of Bay Street. But at one downtown Nassau organization, the focus isn't just on how Junkanoo looks, it's on the history and identity behind it. Lyle Maycock reports.
Before the costumes, before the drums, before Bay Street comes alive, there's a story many Bahamians never learn. At EduCulture, children are discovering that Junkanoo is more than a parade. Through hands-on lessons, music, and art, they're learning how a tradition rooted in resilience grew into one of the country's strongest symbols of national identity. Director of EduCulture Bahamas Limited, Arlene Nash Ferguson, says that history is at the heart of everything they teach.
The underpinning is the story of Junkanoo, the fact that it started as resistance to slavery on this side of the Atlantic, and the fact that we should be proud of it because it speaks to our power, our strength, and our pride. That is what we want the children to understand beyond the superficial parade and competition.
Since opening its doors in 2000, EduCulture has welcomed thousands of school children, summer camps, and visitors using interactive workshops to bring that history to life. And of course, I couldn't leave without trying it for myself. After pasting crepe paper for the very first time, I quickly learned there's far more skill, patience, and craftsmanship behind every Junkanoo creation than most of us ever see on parade day.
We have to know from whence we came to be able to understand who we are, and then we move forward utilizing all of the power that is embedded in each and every one of us.
For founder Arlene Nash Ferguson, preserving Junkanoo isn't simply about keeping a tradition alive. It's about ensuring every new generation understands the meaning behind it.
That is exactly why we started EduCulture, so that our children can go beyond the party of the 3 days and understand the deeper significance of it.
And with independence just days away, the story and history of Junkanoo will continue to live on and inspire Bahamian tradition. And for my first time pasting, I think I did a pretty good job. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lyle Maycock.
We should point out that Lyle had the help of our summer student you saw there in that story. That's Judah helping Lyle out. Well, stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight turns the page. Sports coming up next. Amajan with a preview of what's ahead.
The Bahamas men's national basketball team wrapping up their training camp over in Miami, just days ahead of their FIBA AmeriCup showdown. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Have you ever wondered what's driving up your electricity bill? The answer could be hidden in the way your home or business uses energy. Let's take a closer look at how Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited is preparing its energy audit team to help consumers better understand their energy use.
Today we started our Energy Efficiency Auditor course, which is an initiative led by the Ministry of Energy
in order to upskill some of our staff who will be then sent out into businesses in the community to do energy audits on their homes. This, again, is part of the overall transformation of energy throughout the Bahamas, where we're upgrading the generation plants, we're also upgrading the T&D systems. But on the customer service side, we want to reach out to the customers and ensure that they are using energy, they're conserving energy, and so we're able to provide exactly what they need.
That investment in training and certification strengthens the department's ability to provide consumers with informed energy assessments.
The team can identify inefficient equipment usage or processes and implement changes that reduce energy consumption.
The work isn't just happening in the classroom. The team has already been out in the field conducting energy audits, and they've uncovered some common habits that could be driving up electricity bills.
Taking up the temperature of your air condition to 2 degrees makes a difference because the compressor works less hard.
And lighting really stood out because the lighting plays a big factor in energy consumption. The proper lighting in a home will really drop your energy bill.
There are times when person's water heater was bursting, leaking, they were not aware. And all they knew was they got high bills. They never knew why the bills were high.
We're all feeling the summer heat. And for many of us, that means using more electricity just to stay cool. That's why Bahamas Power and Light's Energy Audit Team is here to help consumers power their homes and businesses more efficiently.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports for the Bahamas men's national basketball team. The road to LA 2028 making a pit stop here at home as they're set to host both Jamaica and Puerto Rico beginning on Friday at the Kendall Geologic Gymnasium inside the latest window of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. But before then, the team wrapping up their training camp over in Coral Gables, Florida, at the University of Miami basketball facility this week. The squad, a mix of a number of our top professional players, including our NBA stars, as well as overseas pros and a few collegiate standouts as well. National team mainstay Junkanoo Burrows lets us know how the practice sessions have been going.
One of the best camps we've ever had. Got guys in here on Friday. We really started working collectively and individually. And, you know, build it up to the scrimmage against the University of Miami today. We really got some good footage. Of course, the coaches can go back. We can continue to clean up the mistakes and build on the good stuff, man, and just continue to build chemistry and put this team together.
Assistant coach for this window, Nishad Maki, speaking on the importance of continuity and chemistry for the team.
It's all part of the work that we've put in, building great relationships with one another, and just the continuity moving forward. We understand the goal and the objective is to get to the next level.
Again, tip-off for the first game is slated for 8 p.m. on Friday against Jamaica at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. So if you haven't done so, make sure to secure tickets to help give Team Bahamas the home court advantage. So in hoops, the 31st annual Peace on the Streets basketball tournament is set to start July 13th. And founder Dr. Carlos Reed expressing his excitement for the upcoming event as it serves as another opportunity to impact young men in creating alternative outlet to violence in the community as it teaches them to pick the ball up and put the guns down.
This means a lot to me because being a young man that came up through basketball, playing in park leagues, our desire was always to create an event that really celebrate young ballers, to give them an opportunity to showcase like their talents in an environment that is respected, so it means a lot, particularly putting on this event for the last 31 years.
And finally, in baseball news, he's enjoying perhaps the best season of his professional career up to this point. Our Swanson Gibson Jr. catching up with Chicago Cubs prospect B.J. Murray.
Bahamian minor leaguer B.J. Murray has been on an absolute offensive tear at the AAA level. During his 2026 campaign with the Iowa Cubs, Murray sits atop the batting average category in the International League, reaching and maintaining his position at the highly coveted 300 mark.
Been working very hard at baseball my whole life, really, and, just trying to learn something new every day and push myself to be better every day. I think the Cubs do a good job of, making a plan for you and trying to find out what would best benefit you. And I mean, it's up to you really to you get out what you put in, you know. So I think the work you put in, and if you apply yourself to the things that you know you need to get better at, I think that's important. And the Cubs good at you know, picking the things that you should be better.
Since being drafted by the Cubs organization in 2021, Murray has climbed his way up the minor league ranks, picking up all-star selections and contributing to league championships. He discussed his mindset going into the next stretch of the season.
My mindset going into this next half of the season is the same. You know, I gotta get better every day. And yeah, I think we had some team success in the past. You know, we won in 2022 and 2023, the minor league in high A we won, and then in double A we won, which is cool, you know, just to be playing a little bit more baseball at the end of the season and playing for something meaningful.
This season, Murray has totaled 87 hits with 9 homers and 43 runs batted in, carrying great momentum as the regular season progresses. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Thanks, Swanee, and that's all the time we have for you for sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
So how's your preparation going? By now, you should be completing home repairs since the last storm, updating and replenishing your emergency kit, and paying closer attention to the ZNS networks for earlier than normal developments in the tropics and general storm tracking. Hurricanes don't wait. Why should you? This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
And it is time for a late look at our weather forecast. For that, we say good evening to our Diane Dorset. Hello, Diane.
Good evening, everyone. Looking at our satellite picture, we're seeing lingering clouds from daytime heating, which should burn off a little later. We've also got some disorganized showers and thunderstorms north of Hispaniola and just east of the Turks and Caicos, associated with a low to mid-level trough, which will increase rain chances across the island chain over the weekend as it moves westward. We've also got disorganized showers and thunderstorms just off the United States southeast coast, which has a very low chance of tropical cyclone development over the next 7 days. Now, elsewhere in the tropics, once again, tropical cyclone development is not expected during the next 7 days. Now, let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northern Bahamas, it's 84 degrees in Freeport City, Grand Bahama, and Marshaba, Abaco, 83 in Alice Sound, Bimini, and 90 degrees in Bullocks Harbor. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros is 88 degrees, South Andros, Camps Bay is 89 degrees, 88 in Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 89 in Exuma, Arthur's Tonkin Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. And for our southernmost islands, 89s again in Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island. 90 degrees in Auckland and Betsy Bay. 86 degrees in Matthew, Taninaga, and for the Turks and Caicos Islands, it is 90 degrees. Tonight, we're expecting a low of 78 degrees, mainly clear skies. And then tomorrow, we're getting a high of 91, partly sunny. Now, over the next 7 days, you can expect partly sunny days through Friday with the stray showers or thunderstorms, followed by increasing clouds, showers, and thunderstorms over the weekend. Daytime temperatures will remain in the lower 90s, with high heat indices making things feel much warmer. So continue to stay hydrated and stay in shaded areas whenever you can. Now, that's your late night look at weather. And as always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you as well, Diane, and thank you for being with us this late night. That is our broadcast here for this Tuesday evening. I'm Corvell Pye from For Ammo. Diane and our entire team, you take care, be well, and remember, we will all be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Ennis. This is ZNS.